Go. It's been a very long, long time, obviously, but
Been a lot going on.
There's been a lot going on, but also we're not those YouTubers who post every week. And
No.
Because for them, it's all about the money, and, that's what that's all about. So I saw no reason for videoing when there's no reason to video. And we've been
Well, that's got something to say.
super busy, as always.
I know. Yeah, I've been having a great time with my painting, that's for sure. Had another exhibition that started at RAW, it's called, RAW 1899 in San Angelo, and it's for another month. So I've got two art exhibitions going at the same time, and it's getting ready for another one.
You've got two more after that coming up.
Yeah, two more. And
okay, so while we're on that subject, people do want to know where they can purchase a painting. Of course, all the paintings are for sale, and you can...
Yeah, you can go to my art site, which art thing is BobbyWhitlockArt.com, and there's kind of give you an idea of what they are. Some of them are very expensive, and but that's just the way this thing is.
Art world. So everything starts at $5.
Yeah.
And goes up. So
yeah, and
below that.
It's all pretty amazing. This whole thing, it's going to end out in September. I have I'll have an exhibition at a gallery called Coop Gallery. It's a part of the Museum of Fine Art, and that's in September. Pretty exciting times, Lord knows what's going to happen next.
Well, again, I will answer or ask some questions that people have been asking. They want to know, will you be doing any meet and greets anywhere?
Any what?
Meet and greet kind of thing.
Yeah, I think there's going to be another one here at the museum in Ozona. And of course, there's one at the galleries when there's an opening. But the last one, the director of downtown, Del Velasquez, told me that the place was packed. So that's good. I'm glad that people are excited and interested with what's going on, and some will still have their records they wanted me to sign. So it's everything is inclusive in this.
Right. Are you? People want to know if there's any new songs or things like that.
Well, we have a new record that is finished. We're just to the place of getting it mixed and mastered and then pressed up. We're going to do vinyls.
So yes, all that is fairly costly. So it just takes a while to get all that put together.
Yeah, and so, we're not in this thing for the money.
No.
Money's good, but that's not the reason to create.
It's probably the last record that we'll be doing, as you and I together.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Who knows?
Well, you're busy painting all the time, so.
Well, I paint all the time, but I'm in good voice. I mean, if something came up for us to do something, of course we'd do it.
Sure.
If it's something we're supposed to do. But we're not going out trying to drum up business to play some joint somewhere. I'm not going to do that.
No way.
No, that ain't happening,
No. So while you've been painting beautiful canvases like these behind you, and so many more, I've been painting the house.
The inside of the house is awesome.
It's just taken a long, long time. But
Coco's canvas is much larger.
Yeah, it is much larger. Yeah. But so that's what I've been doing. So that's another reason why we've been extremely,
No, we stay busy.
But out of the loop on YouTube.
We're busy,
But every time we check anything out on YouTube, we're like, oh, we need to do a video.
Oh, I know.
And then we're too tired and we're going to sleep, and I just can't get it together. So
but we sponsor ourselves, you know. We don't need a sponsor. We sponsor ourselves, you know. I don't even know what that means to sponsor. You know.
People make money off of being, you know, having sponsors.
Oh, and they foot the bill, you know. Sell the goods.
Most people on YouTube are on there because they're making money. Okay, they're making a living now doing.
This is a good link. I think it's a good link between us and the fans, and
absolutely,
you know, people who are our friends. As a matter of fact,
and I mean, we do read all the comments. There's
yeah.
You know, anybody has any questions, please ask.
Yeah, please do.
A lot of people saying they missed you and you know missed the videos.
Well, you know, I'm glad to do this. It's real fulfilling. And I know that, you know, I have information that nobody else has. You know, I'm one of the last of all of that bunch of rock and rollers, you know. There's only a couple of them still out there kicking away, you know, and I'm not going to be kicking away like that, you know. It's good, but that's what they have. That's what they have to offer, you know. Mick sings, Eric plays. You know, that's all they've got. I mean, I've got my painting, and that's going to go, you know, till the day I pass away.
You have a lot of great stories.
And I have great stories from my time with Eric and Delaney and Bonnie and friends and Booker T and MGs and Stax and my starting out, you know, in Memphis. I have quite a history and legacy. And I have a vivid imagination and memory of everything because I was always the youngest. And so I kept my mouth closed and my eyes and ears wide open, you know, until it was time to sing or something. But I was taking all of that in. You know, something clicked with me when I was living at the plantation. Andy Ned Davis and Chuck Blackwell, Jimmy Carstein, me, one-legged guy named Billy Doyle, and I had my dog, and I mean it's like a certain time, and I was still the youngest, and so I was just in awe and taken aback by all of this that was going on around me, you know. So I knew I was taking it in and remembering all this stuff, and I was a part of everybody else's, you know, lives for a moment, you know. I was a part of theirs, and they were a part of mine forever, you see. And so I just was collecting all this information, stories, knowledge, and I remember sights, sounds, and smells of places, you know. Clear as a bell. Stopping the bus and getting out in freezing cold and trading a coat for a shirt from a guy on the street. A nice shirt.
Of course.
It was leather with friends. I gave him my coat off my back and backstage passes and tickets for him and his girlfriend to get in Madison Square Gardens, you know. Right. Yeah, I saw that. He was sitting out there on a block of ice and I said, "Stop the bus, man." Stop the bus. I ran out and I said, "I'll give you this," you know, and that for that. He peeled it off right there on the spot, you know. Yeah, I mean that my life, even before I was in the music world, was just a series of what do they call those? There's a vignette, little books, yes. You know, little books, little chapters in my life's book, you know. Right. But yeah, from when I was small, nothing was just kind of casual and getting through it. There was always something dramatic, you know. Yeah, nothing in a small, quiet way.
No, you're not like that. No, everything is 100% with you. That's why when we were talking yesterday, and you know, we were talking about some of these guys are getting older, and you can tell that their heart's really not in it anymore. Their playing is kind of getting
not even breaking a sweat.
Kind of, yeah. And you're like that.
I imagine they break a sweat before they get on the stage. Just
probably.
God, I hope I make it.
Anything you do is like totally full on, so it's really still to this day.
Yeah.
74 and still, kicking like hell, which is great. Okay, so somebody did want to ask, maybe everybody's could be tired of hearing about this, but wanted to know from you how you felt about Johnny Depp singing Isolation, John Lennon's Isolation.
Isolation?
Yeah, you heard it.
Well, yeah. I like it. I got to hand it to him.
I thought it suited him.
I was real surprised. He can sing, but I heard something else, someone else singing, and I was blown away. But it wasn't Johnny Depp singing.
I thought it was Johnny Depp singing.
It was somebody else. God, I didn't know that guy could sing like that.
No, yeah, but it was good, huh? I thought it was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
But you know what? That's another. He just plugged into a different socket.
Right.
Acting and what he's doing on stage now is all he's doing is different is singing and putting a guitar in his hands. Right. I mean, it's a role. You play in a role.
But there are so many actors that cannot do that.
Yeah. There's so many that aren't gifted enough, and he's actually plays and he actually does sing.
He started out as a musician, and probably the best thing he ever happened to him was his break. Because of Nick Cage got his break in the.
He's able to get around on the guitar, so
he's
works
a really
real well.
Good slide player.
Yeah, what he lacks in ability, he makes up in chains,
Chains and rings.
Chains and rings, big chunky rings.
We're glad to see him moving along and doing really well.
Oh, hell yeah.
God damn.
Anybody that's gone through all that, I got to hand it to him, Been down that road. It's hard and rocky.
We both have.
You can dust yourself off and get your life back on track, That's the one thing about, living on a rocky road, you can get yourself back on track, when that happens, you're through with all the nonsense. You can focus on living and being productive and not trying to figure out what you're going to do because it's there for you to do. All you have to do is do it.
Right. Well, you went through a very similar situation, and what happened with did you get further into the drugs to escape? Or?
Yeah, that's what happens, and the next thing you know, you're trying to escape from yourself. And, you might do a lot of drugs and alcohol to escape a situation, but you can't get away from yourself, and that's where it gets tricky. It gets real tricky. Yeah. You be talking to yourself and shit. Oh, you'll be all right. Been there. Wow. When I went home and the house was full of Mexicans, I knew something had to change, But now if I came home and it was full of Mexicans, it'd probably be working,
So explain that situation, will you? Because that doesn't sound very good when you just say that. So.
Oh, I had been taking the doctor upon doctor gave me these different drugs, and I hallucinated, and that's when I knew I needed to. I came into my place. There wasn't a soul around, and there was Mexican banditos. There were bullets, things, and big sombreros. And you doing that like that. There was a woman with 3 or 4 snotty-nosed kids on the couch, and the couch wasn't on that side. It really was on that side. But all of this, it was just a figment of my imagination, and I realized it, and closed the door on everything right then and there.
So that was the moment when everything changed.
Yeah. When I realized I was out of control all by myself, Oh man, I'm telling you right now, I had gone in such a tight circle that I ran into myself. You know, it's true. It's absolute truth. But yeah, but I'm.
So what did you?
I'm almost 23 years sober.
What was the first thing that you did coming out of that situation? What was?
Got on the phone and got a number from you. Somebody to call. I needed to go somewhere to chill out, and yeah, it worked for me. I'm glad of it. It's a Discovery Place. That's the name of it.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it was outside of Nashville.
Yeah, nobody believed I was going to ever sober up and everything, you know. Nobody thought it would ever happen. I'm probably the only one still sober out of that bunch, you know. I just choose to live a moment at a time. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to live life all at once. You know, I wanted everything and I wanted all of it now, you know. And I tried to fit it all in my now, then, you know, you know, that's just not it, you know. All I want is this moment, you know, and this one will lead to another one, and to another one, and to another one, and, you know, I renewed myself by doing just that, just taking it, not make myself any promises I can't keep, and just live my life a moment at a time, you know. And that's how I do it.
What was the lowest point of your life? Do you recall?
There's been so many, you know. I knocked a hole in the bottom, so, you know, there's been so many of those. You know, I went through the bottom and then hit the bottom of that bottom, and it was just, you know, didn't know if what was going to become of me. You know, I knew I had more to offer the world than be a shell of a man, you know, not living life to my fullest capacity, you know, and doing what I was, using the gifts that I was given. And so I'm still that man. I remember that, you know. That's a part of my memory. You know, it's in its own room in there. You know, in my vault of memories and stories from my past. You know, it's a big one. You know, but it doesn't loom over my being every moment. You know, of every day. I don't even think about all that anymore. You know,
well, there was a moment in time where you were seriously considering shooting yourself.
Yeah, and it just didn't. And I was in the right frame of mind, and I had the 357 and all that right in my lap, and to do all of that. But man, I just said I would rather be a wino on the street in New York City than to off myself sitting out here at this farm by myself, you know, in my beautiful recording studio. I had everything that a man could possibly want, you know, and I was still, you know. That's because I wasn't fulfilling myself. You know, I had my priorities were not in order. As a matter of fact, I didn't have priorities. You know, just every day was you know, I didn't have a clue what was going to happen with me and didn't really care. Didn't really care. But I knew there was from my farm in Mississippi, you go down the hill about 2.5, 3 miles, and before you get to the old highway, there was a train crossing right there, and a little river went under a trestle, and I'd go down there and take my Cadillac and sit, and I'm living on a gravel road. I'd take my Cadillac and sit there drinking beer, and a train would come by, and I'd go that way. And I swore, I said, I got to get out of here. I thought about jumping that damn train because it was going slow then, you know. I just thought about just packing me a bag and jumping a train, you know. And I never did it, you know. And I told friend and banker in Holly Springs about the story. And he said, wow, Bobby said, it wouldn't have gone very far. It just goes to Oxford and then backs up all the way to Holly Springs again and goes back to Oxford. And you'd have just been passing your car.
It would have been better than where you were.
It would have been a whole lot better, you know, hoboing 18 miles one way and 17 the other, you know. My life as a hobo in my head, you know. Oh my goodness, you know. Yeah, I'm grateful for every moment I'm here, you know.
It's strange how it's all evolved, and you know, like
yeah,
we were talking about it yesterday. If you could go back and try to do something over again, and we're like,
no, hell no, I wouldn't. You know, I wasn't planning on asthma at this at this stage in my life, you know, but I got to deal with something. It might as well be my health every day, you know.
I was never going to bring that up.
Oh, that's all right. I don't mind. I'm not the only person that deals with this situation. I thought it like kids had it, you know, and they grew out of it. I remember my brother had it, and my mother had it. I don't know about it though, but Shazam! Yeah! Take that!
Really? Yeah. Oh, well, it's fun getting used to that. All right, well, why don't we end on the laugh? That's always a good one.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
All right, thank you again.
Yeah, we'll see you guys again.